Welcome to this week's episode. Saturday morning, we got Craig and Cody in. They're working on Cody's car, so we're going to go and have a look at that. We'll have a little bit of a look at the 55. We've been working on that. That's about it, really. Let's go out the back, and we'll get Craig to walk through Cody's car because it's pretty cool. We're just laughing because Cody doesn't want to be in the video, so he just ran away like a 4-year-old.
Here I am, it's Saturday. It's my day off. And what am I doing on my day off? Working on hot rods for my number 2 son.
You're not allowed to... Is it favourite?
No, because he's number 2. He was the second one that come along. You don't have favourites. I hate them both.
Both equally.
So,
especially when they make you leave on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, this is Cody's. That's someone at the front door. Okay.
Or Cody.
Is it Cody coming in the front door?
No, we're back. It was just Cody.
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh, yeah, no, he's gone. So this is Cody's 3031A coupe. It's a bit of a bitter body. It's one that I had for years. We're actually putting roadster quarters on it, so it's a little bit longer. But this is Cody's race, road, drag drive, street legal race car. So this is it's probably going to upset a lot of traditional guys because it's not going to be a traditional car, but it's going to be very quick. Power plant is a LSA crate, so that's supercharged LS. It'll have a 4L80, a very heavy, hefty 9-inch sheet metal diff, parallel 4-bar, but set up for drag. But it's also wide front wheels, Rodtech independent front end, so it's going to be used for a bit of circle work and that sort of stuff, but it will be street registered as well. So all of the K-frame, roll cage, all that sort of stuff's all going to be done in chrome moly. Built to handle a fair bit of horsepower because I think eventually he wants to turn the horsepower up, but he's got more money than me, so it's like, So we've just got the chassis. So basically it's reproduction 32 rails, which we did have in the jig a few months ago. We set the front end up, we worked it all out, we put a couple of temporary braces in. We haven't boxed it obviously yet. Took it home, sat the body on, he worked out where the engine was going to go, that sort of stuff. We sort of worked out, okay, because it's an A model, they're basically flat floor, so, it was going to sit into here, and then we decided, well, hang on, he doesn't have enough, because this is the height he wants from the ground. So this is actual chassis height from the road. So there's obviously not enough kick up, so we had to redesign that. So now this is going to go roughly about here, and that's going to allow us to have a little bit more room underneath. So we're in the process now of rejigging the chassis. We've got to put uprights in. We've put more base plates down here on the chassis table. So now what we're going to do is we'll actually be welding in bits here to keep this. We've got, where's me Westcott drawings? I haven't got anyway. Westcott.com have a set of 32 original chassis rail measurements, which is what we're running off. So you measure, it gives you all the widths at all of these points. So we've sort of worked it out all the way along. Up to here is right. So now we're going to get it all here because it actually curves back in a bit there. So when we put this in, we don't want to put it in straight, which is there. It's going to have a curve. So
follow the original sweep.
That's exactly right. So we've got to put uprights here to get it into the right thing. So we're just in the process now of working that out. Then, once we've done that, we can then lock this off. This will be butted up against it. Before it's boxed, it'll then have fish plates welded on the inside for strength. We'll then make the top of the, so we'll make this back section with these bits here too, which will form the top part. At the moment, we won't box the inside of the chassis because Cody wants to run all of his X-members, which is all going to be in chrome moly. He wants to run it through to the outside of the rails, and then when we box it, it will go around that for extra strength. Because he does plan to put a fair bit of horsepower through it, he wants to make sure that it's going to, it's not going to move, and it's, we want it strong and so that we can actually get the horsepower to the ground. And that's why he's going super long shocks on the back that have lift and all sorts of things. So that stuff we'll show you later as we go along. Oh, actually, what I got into, we had a friend of ours, Wayne, do the concept drawing of.
That's what it'll look
That's what it's going to look like. There.
Yeah.
So that just sort of gives him a bit of an idea of, what he's heading towards. It's always good to have something there so that it sort of keeps you motivated, because when you look at this, it looks nothing like a hot rod. It's just a bunch of steel on a bench. So yeah, you can see all the grindy dust and shit all over the floor and whatever, and it's going to be a long day. So
yeah, but that's all right.
But we'll get it all. We should get all these back sections in today and get everything all worked out. He's just waiting on the diff. Brody should have the diff finished shortly. It's another friend of ours who builds really nice diffs and drag racing stuff. So as soon as that comes, we'll then fit that, and then we can get the chassis rolling. We'll probably bring the motor, while the chassis on the bench, we'll probably bring the motor and the dummy box out and mock that up here so that we know we've got the right ground clearance to sump and that sort of stuff. And then while it's on the bench, he can do his K-member and engine mounts and gearbox mounts, that sort of stuff. So over the next month, we'll sort of, as we do more stuff on it, Cody works away, so he's back only for a short period. So when he's back, he sort of smashes out a few days on it. So when he does, we'll
put updates up. And
we'll sort of keep you up to date with what's been going on.
I'll see if I can find a photo of it mocked up, because you've got a photo of it with
He's
the
got
wheels
photos
on
of it,
and
yeah.
stuff.
So he'll
So at the end,
some.
I'll put a couple of those up and stuff like that.
And there's the 55. We've been working on the 55.
Yeah, so the 55, you can see now, we've got the rack all bolted in. So you can see there the Flaming River rack bolts in where the idler arm and the steering box were, and that goes in, obviously right-hand drive. We've started doing the dash conversion.
Done.
But we're not quite finished.
Yeah,
I'll wait till next week, and
on that side.
we'll do a bit more of an update on that. And apart from that, just been prepping Butcher's diff for paint.
Yep. What else?
Tony's truck is basically done, so he's taking that home.
Engineering's done on that.
Engineer's signed off.
Yep.
Well, he says he's going to sign off.
Yep. GMC's just sitting there. That's waiting on paperwork.
Yeah.
The 37, we're just doing a couple of paint touch-ups on it, and then that's gone. Some steering stuff arrived for Rose's pickup.
So we'll probably, I'd say
so I've
next
done a
week.
little bit more on that, but then I got sidetracked on something else. So
yeah,
I'll do a bit more on that next week, and we'll show you some more stuff on that. And I got my saw fixed, so I'll be able to do the tray on that. So I'll actually do probably a fair bit on that next week. So.
And then, so next week we'll do another update. And then on Easter Monday, we're going to have another caffeine and gasoline.
Yep, come down, say hello.
We'll have coffee and stuff, a couple hundred cars.
Yeah.
Buy stuff, hang out, tell lies.
Yeah, no, it's a good day. It's over and done with pretty quick. Everyone's gone by 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Go chase the Easter bunny.
Yeah, chase something. Yeah. But no, that's about it. So we'll get stuck into this, and we'll keep you up to date with as we go along with it. It'll be pretty cool. It's going to be a different hot rod.
Yeah.
Won't be a Perth hot rod.
No.
So it won't be a Red 32. So
Cool.
No offence to all the people that have red
32s, yeah.
but,
That's half our customer base.
yeah, that's right.
All right, folks.
Okay, see ya. Okay, so we've been cutting, grinding, measuring, whatever. This is what I mentioned before. This is the Westcott plans. So that's a really good plan of the actual measurements of a 32 chassis. And we want to keep this as close as possible to 32 width because that's what we've set it up for. So you can see what we've got here. We've got lots of braces across, bolted to our chassis bench, and then we've got uprights. So we're getting all of our measurements all from a centre line so that everything's square all the way along. And then we've got these ones here because what we've had to do is, because the original kick-up, which is there, and would have gone there, about there, wasn't high enough, so we've had some laser cut other pieces done. But the problem is at this section of the chassis, it actually curves back in. So that's what these two uprights here are for, so that our new piece can follow in. Now we've had to put a temporary flat bar in there, bit of RHS, so that we can clamp off of that so that our transition is not a sharp angle. We want a nice gradual curve. So once we've done the top strap, which is going to be like so, we'll replicate a C section of the chassis and then we'll box it like a normal chassis. So these bits here are a little bit different too. That's the original part of the 32 chassis. We've left that because we had marks here that we knew from at home when we had the body sitting on it. That's where the bottom of our chassis rail is. So we've left them just so that we can set this up at the moment at the height. Give me the camera here and I'll just show from the top here. You can really see, hang on, if you can have a look here, you can see how the back of the chassis curves. Where's my finger there? Curves in like that. So that's what we want to replicate. So the original chassis does that. You can see it has a lot of curves. So we've had to put all of these braces, you know, here and here to actually give those measurements. So we're just about to start tacking all of this stuff in. It was a fair, there's a lot of measuring and that sort of stuff, but if you do it properly, when you're first doing it, everything will be nice and square and everything's even and all that sort of stuff. So it's just a lot easier to do it that way from the very beginning. So hopefully we'll show you some more pictures later on.